Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to talk about my favorite topic, which is money. Specifically, how much money I received with all my scholarships in European universities, in Germany, and also in other countries where I studied before and after Germany. Like my video, subscribe, and let's dive in. My very first big scholarship from European university, from European country, was Erasmus scholarship, Erasmus Mundus scholarship, that I received when I was studying back in Russia in my bachelor. My university announced that they have partnership with Erasmus Mundus, and those who have above average academic performance, excellent students whatsoever with commitment, they can apply for the scholarship and they have a possibility to study in Europe for 1 semester. Of course, I couldn't reject this opportunity. I was in the first row to apply for it, and the requirements were basically, as always, that you have to be an excellent student with very nice academic performance, with some extracurricular achievements. I applied. I won the scholarship. I also should say that this scholarship that I received, it's not typical Erasmus Mundus scholarship that everybody knows about. It was a special project for partnering with Eastern European countries like Russia. So this scholarship is not active at the moment, and I don't think that Erasmus has these nice opportunities at the moment for Eastern European countries. Anyways, so this was Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and the admission committee, the person who was basically choosing the candidates for the scholarship, she was from Germany. Originally, I wanted to go to Germany. There was a University of Hohenheim on the list of partnering universities, but I think I studied the curriculum and I didn't like the program, so I decided that I go to Netherlands because they had master in tourism and I was in my bachelor in tourism in Russia. I decided, okay, this is more relevant for me. I should probably go there. Later, of course, I learned it wasn't super relevant to me because first of all, I was a bachelor student, but I did an exchange in master program. And second reason was that it was heavily research-based university, which I didn't like, but it was still fun. I had very nice academic exchange, even not for 6 months, but longer because I extended it. Let's get to the numbers. And the duration of my stay was 6 months, and the scholarship was paying 1,000 euro for each month for 6 months in a row. So I received 6,000 euro. Plus, on top of that, they covered my travel expenses, my insurance, and my visa costs. How nice it is. I don't think you can find a scholarship like that nowadays. I know that lots of students, exchange students, were spending this money like crazy. I was more trying to be like smart with spending this money, and guess what? I managed to travel. It covered my rent, it covered my living costs in Netherlands. And Netherlands is not a cheap country, it's even more expensive than Germany and Austria, but still I managed to cover all my costs and to travel. I traveled to 6 different countries during my exchange. I even managed to stay longer. I asked them if I can stay for the whole academic year, and I managed to do that, so I stayed for 9 months instead of 6. And still, in the end, I saved 2,000 euro and I brought it back with me to Russia. Like, isn't this crazy? And I use this money as a basis. I put it in my saving account in the bank, and this was the very starting point where I started saving money for moving to Germany, because once I got back to my home country, I already knew that I don't want to stay. I want to move to Germany via a master program. I needed money for my stay in Germany, of course. Because the education is for free, but I still had to pay for the living costs. These organizations like Erasmus, I mean, God bless them, they facilitate the exchange of young talents in the world in order to improve diplomatic relationships with each other. That also people from different countries, they go to the Western countries, they get nice education, but at the same time they bring their own perspectives. That's what happened during this scholarship. Half of my group in this master, they were on the scholarship, not Erasmus, but other scholarships in Netherlands. And Of course, the professors were very nice to see this blend, to see new perspectives, new outlooks, and this is what international students can bring. This is the goal of these organizations who provide this kind of funds, that they facilitate the exchange of talents globally, and of course they do it also to their advantage, because lots of talents then go to these Western developed countries which provide these funds, and then they work for them, stay there later. You can stay in the PhD and also get research funds and big funds. This is all, of course, a smart way for them to attract talents from all over the world, the best out of the best. I had very nice experience, and on top of that, I earned money. Isn't it cool? When I was applying to German universities, I applied for several scholarships also in parallel. Together with the application, you can apply also for the scholarship, because usually they run the same due dates. Once you start your studies, you get the scholarships right away. The main scholarship that was on my priority list was the scholarship for postgraduate courses for master students for all disciplines from DAAD, which is Deutschlands Akademische Austauschdienst. This is organization, the biggest organization for academic exchanges for international students in Germany, and it is funded basically by German Federal Foreign Ministry. This scholarship that I'm talking about, this is one of the most famous scholarships that they have for master students, and mostly the scholarships that they provide, most of the German funds, they give scholarships rather to master students, to postgraduate courses, for doctoral, for PhD, but not for bachelor. I don't know many scholarships for bachelor degrees, unfortunately, logically, because they're longer than masters. They're 4 years, 3 years, and nobody's going to fund you for 3 years in a row, right? I think there are some rare cases, but mostly the scholarships that are available in Germany are for postgraduate courses. This one that I applied for was Master Studies for all academic disciplines. And when you go to the scholarship based on the website of DAAD, that will be the first one. It basically covers everything. They fund you for 10 to 24 months. It depends on the length of the course, on the length of the program that you chose. They pay 992 euros a month, and they also cover the liability insurance, health insurance, accident insurance, travel allowance, and they even give annually study allowance of 460 euro. This is just crazy. On top of that, for some special, I don't know, certain circumstances, they can also cover your monthly rent subsidy. They can give you monthly rent subsidy. They can give you monthly allowance for accompanying members of family. In case of disability, they can subsidize, maybe provided for justified additional costs, and then even give you reimbursement of carbon offset payments for air travel. This is really crazy. This is even cooler than the scholarship that I received from Erasmus for my exchange in Netherlands. You get 1,000 euro a month. And I think they set a bar according to the minimum, the minimum living costs that is changing every year in Germany for students. At the moment, I think it's this specific amount that you also have to show for your visa. This is the scholarship that I applied for. Unfortunately, I was rejected without any specific reason given, but I think it's because I just simply wasn't maybe good enough, and I didn't have enough merits to show off. But what happened next is interesting. Even though I was rejected this scholarship from DAAD, and I can understand it because the competition is crazy there. I think they get thousands of applications and they have less than 100 places for this fully funded scholarship. But what I did, because I never give up, once I landed in Germany and I started my master in Germany, I received another scholarship also from DAAD. My University of Applied Sciences in Mainz, after the first semester was completed, they announced that they have this opportunity for international students with good academic performance, higher than above average. They have this scholarship also with collaboration with DAAD. It is lower, of course, it's not fully funding, but it is still a scholarship and it's still money. I applied, of course, with my nice motivation letter, with my high GPA, academic performance, and other achievements that I had. I put it all in my motivation letter, and I won again a scholarship. Guess what? I was receiving 1,500 euro per semester, 3 semesters in a row. I was basically just updating it every semester. First time I received it in my second semester, then third semester, and then the last semester. So till the end of my master, I was receiving this scholarship. 3 semesters in a row, each 1,500 euros. With this, I'm trying to say that even if you didn't win the scholarship that was your priority, you still shouldn't give up, and you should look up the scholarships that are announced within the university where you are applying or where you are going to study, and you can always also receive a scholarship post-arrival. Once you're already in Germany and you started your education, your program, you can always look around for scholarships and get it post-arrival, not necessarily before, because all of the scholarships which you have to apply before your academic program starts, they are very there is high competition, of course, and it's harder to get them, whereas there are many other opportunities where you can still get some support, some financial support after you completed maybe your first semester and you have something to show. What is the moral of this story? When your parents tell you that you have to study well, that you have to get good grades, it's really legit. Those who have excellent academic performance can always hope for a scholarship, and this was my case. Because I was striving to get excellent grades, or at least above average grades, it helped me a lot in getting financial support, in getting scholarship. I got scholarships in Netherlands, I got scholarship in Germany. Also before, when I was studying in my home country, all of my education was practically tuition free, because I was also getting state scholarships, and I was even getting like extra merit scholarships for my publications, for my science research work. You always have to do these kind of things. Your basis has to be good academic performance with nice grades, and on top, if you do something else like sport, art, scientific research, you will be rewarded for that even more. So don't ignore that you have to study well. Good grades are helpful when you want to get a scholarship. Isn't it nice when you study and you get paid for it? Of course, it's nice. Oh, also during pandemic, Germany was paying to students. I don't know if it was only for international students, but I think not only. There was like a special subsidy of 800 euro that they paid like once, and it was also on top of the money that I received with my scholarship. The last scholarship that I received was again Erasmus exchange scholarship, and it was already in my master's in Germany. I had 1 semester abroad, which was an obligatory part of my master program, and I chose to go to Czech Republic. There was an extensive list of partner universities where you could go. I chose Czech Republic, which was also very competitive. Many students wanted to go to Czech Republic, so I was waiting for I think 2 semesters at least. Also with Corona, I was waiting even longer to finally go and do my exchange. It was for 1 semester for five months, right? I stayed in Prague, and they were paying me 330 euro per month, like an allowance. You can spend it on whatever you want. It was basically covering my rent. I was renting a room in Prague in a shared apartment, and my rent was 320 euro, if I'm not mistaken. So this scholarship, this allowance from Erasmus program was covering completely my rent. Also, some students could stay with this program. There was an option that some specific partner universities for 2 semesters and get double degree, which means also that the 2 semesters that you stay there, you will get this allowance, I guess. Not for 6 months, but for 12 months. So to wrap it up, Germany is again, best study destination because it offers most scholarships out of all the countries, especially in Europe. I cannot talk about other Western countries, but I also worked with New Zealand postgraduate courses, and I think Australia and US is even harder. They don't offer that many scholarship programs. Germany is full of scholarship programs. Yes, most of them are for research, most of them are for postgraduate courses, but still, if you have a bachelor degree and you want to move to study somewhere abroad, Germany is a perfect destination for that. They offer numerous scholarship opportunities. I will name some of the most famous scholarships that you can check if you're interested in studying in master or another postgraduate course in Germany. Check DAAD scholarships. They have a database on their website. They are for different academic levels, even for artistic areas, for architects, design, music. They have separate scholarships. And also, if you're going to do PhD, you can also check their funds, their scholarships. They have lots of them. Another scholarship which I also applied for was Deutschlandstipendium. This is also a scholarship from the state. It's 300 euro per month, and you get it, I think, for at least 2 semesters, also for high academic performance, nice motivation letter, social commitment, extracurricular activities. You can also check it on the website. I will give all the links in the description to the video. Other notable German scholarships are Heinrich Böll Foundation scholarships, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, and Friedrich Ebert Foundation scholarship. These are a little bit already specific with the requirements. They mostly require some social commitment, some voluntary work, I don't know, internships, work experience. They have some kind of agenda, and they already select the applicants with with some certain background. It can be either politics or social topics, environmental topics, whatsoever. But these first ones, which I highly recommend, that scholarship for master degrees for all disciplines, and another one, Deutschlandstipendium. In the worst case, if you didn't win anything, you can also apply for it once you started your program in Germany. A friend of mine and a colleague of mine, she applied for it when she started her master degree in Germany. She applied post-arrival for Deutschlandstipendium, and she won it, and she was receiving 300 euro per month for this 1 year, I think, or even more. Check it out. It's good opportunities, and in general, as I said, Germany is full of opportunities for international students. They love it. They like attracting best talents from all over the world, and this is your chance not only to study but to also get rewarded if you're studying well. How you can get scholarships is very heavily dependent on your academic performance, as I said, but also your motivation letter. In my previous video, I covered it shortly. What are the 3 main pillars that you have to include in your motivation letter to increase your chances for getting into either the scholarship or improving your admission chance? As always, stay tuned. There is more content to come about Germany, about my expert journey. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my videos, you can also comment on the topics that you're interested in, and I will be very attentive to your requests and try to create content about those topics. Thanks again for watching me. See you anytime soon.